So the obvious question that I'm sure you've probably got is, why not build a Wayland Compositor that basically just branches off in a direction that has everything you need? So realistically, it wouldn't be Wayland, it would be very custom, but it would have everything you wanted.
Right, because in the Wayland, the user experience is tied to the compositor in uh, in practice.
Mhm.
Like if you run, if you want to use my compositor, you can't use KD, the KD or GNOME or whatever you like to use. So that's the issue.
In the case of Cosmic, you actually can swap out the compositor, like that window management component. Most of the others now you can't though. GNOME you definitely can't. KDE, no, you can't. But Cosmic you can. It's just not documented. I believe Victoria Breckenfield did a talk a few, maybe like a year or so back, demonstrating using Cosmic's like desktop environment with like Sway as the compositor and various other things.
Right, right. It's not an issue really, and it's not technically an issue, but because of the way Wayland is designed,
Mm.
um, Wayland compositors don't end up doing that. So
Right, right. And then especially if you're on something like a Sway or a Hyperland, there's no component to swap out there, so that experience just wouldn't be possible with this custom thing you make.
yeah, right.
Mhm. So I guess the question then becomes, why build your own thing instead of taking what exists with Xorg and then changing it into what you want?
Right. So I did some work in Xlibre.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm not really. I wasn't that interested in Xorg server because I think it seemed like they have paused the development on that.
Right.
Yeah. So I did get involved a little bit in Xlibre, but the issue was that they were more focused on refactoring, and that caused also bugs and things like that. So like almost all of my commit in Xlibre was bug fixing.
Mhm.
So it seems like it wasn't moving forward to making changes in that.
Mm.
Yeah. So I want to try something new and an experiment, and also because of there's a large issue in the Xorg server, and that's that they handle all of the protocols manually,
Mhm.
like they parse the protocol code manually and things like that. Um, so that's a large issue. So you need to do all of that from scratch to do it properly.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So that's why they want to choose. That's one of the first things I did in Phoenix to
Mhm.
parse the protocol automatically.
So Exor kind of has like a lot of baggage with it, where to really start making a lot of changes to it, you would need to do a lot of additional work to sort of get it in that direction. And there's a lot of code there to sift through to know what is actually wrong.
Yeah, that's correct.
Mhm. Okay, so I guess then that sort of takes us into Phoenix itself. Then I I'm sure it's going to come up at some point, but the first question I do want to ask is, why decide to go with Zig? Because you could have gone with
Um,
C. You could have done Rust like everyone else is doing. Why Zig?
right. So I actually like C, but I've been invested in SIG for quite a while now, uh, since very early days, and I just wanted to try something new because Phoenix was first also mostly an experiment to do something new, and there are also some features in SIG that would allow me to make it better, uh, like the memory handling part and automatically being more secure, like array out of bounds index checks. Uh, and also it also allows me to do that automatic parsing of the protocol directly in the language at compile time instead of like, for example, in Wayland and X11, you have in X11 you have the XCB proto handling. These parse the XML files and generate C code from that in the same way in Wayland. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have it directly in the language, just compile it, not without any extra steps. and also that ends up being much simpler. It's like 300 lines of code instead of thousands of lines of code, in X11 and Wayland.
Okay. So, had you tried any prior? Like you said, you've been involved in Zig for a while now. I assume you have some other, if not important, just random little projects you've made here and there with Zig.
I haven't made very large projects, but I have made some, yeah.
So this wasn't like the first thing you were jumping into with Zig.
Yeah, it's not the first.
Okay. I have spoken to some people where it's like, so I picked up this language and I'm gonna write a kernel. Like, good luck. You're gonna rewrite a lot of the early code, but good luck. I hope it goes well for you.
And also, Zig is not a complicated language, so like even if you've never used it, you can very easily know how to use it if you have used some other languages. So it's not an issue really.
Yeah, I've never actually tried Zig myself. What is the actual like? What is, I guess, the common selling point for it?
I don't know what the common selling point is, but the reason I use it, there are many. But for example, you can directly include C headers. Many modern languages can't do that, and the way it handles errors is very good. It's one of the best languages to do that, in my opinion. And also the way you handle memory, even though it's manual, you have all the nice things like defer, record defer, and things like that. And also the compile time is very nice. Like you don't have another language to do compile time. Instead, it's the same language, it just runs at compile time instead. But yeah, there are many features of it. It's just nice. But the point is that it's not too different from C. And I like C. There's some things I don't like in C, so that it improves on top of that.
What is GPU screen recorder written in?
It's C and C++.
Okay. So that's it. Would you say C is the language you have the most experience in?
No, it's actually C++.
Okay. I guess then why not go C++ with the project?
I don't like C++.
Fair enough.
Even though I've been using it for 13 years or something, and also use it professionally, I don't like it. I don't think it's a good language. I think that's the case for most C++ developers. They don't use it because they like it, but because the other alternatives are not as great, maybe.
Okay. Fair enough. I know at least one C++ dev that likes it, but I'll make sure to send that specific section to him to see what he has to say.
The Meatbuck trick?
Yes, that's it. Okay, you knew exactly what I was talking about. Look, I don't know if half the time I don't know if he's being serious or if what he's saying is a joke. So look, maybe he actually hates C++, but he certainly seems convinced he likes it.
Yeah.